Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. It's time to talk to Dora Kurimay again, our performance coach and dear friend from the New York City area, but helping those all over the world. Welcome back to the show today, Dora. Would you mind introducing yourself to new listeners and viewers today?
Sure. Hi, Jill. It's nice to see you again. So I'm Dora Kurimay, and I'm an author, athlete, performance, and mental coach. And I was born in Budapest, Hungary, where I obtained a degree in psychology and played professional table tennis. I love running, yoga, traveling around the world, and finding hidden spots in Manhattan. I've turned into a die-hard New Yorker, and in my practice, I'm passionate about helping people realize their goals and finding their best selves.
Yeah. Oh my
And
goodness.
yes, and I'm also an author. I've written 3 books: Get Your Game Face On, Get Your Game Face On Like the Pros, and my
Good.
stories of mental toughness on and off the table. And these books are about how to gain a psychological edge, build mental toughness, specifically how to build rituals between points and create healthy lifestyle choices and life skills.
Which
And
is
in my
super
latest,
important. Yes, yes. Yep.
yeah, sorry, I was so yes, so these life skills are very important. And and uh, and I'm talking about these life skill, how to build these life skills in my book and in my books. And in my latest book, which is My Stories of Mental Toughness on and Off the Table, I also share my personal experience that I learned about as a young competitive player, theories that I've used my whole life and that I've taught to successful athletes and professionals. And I recommend these books to everyone. Everyone could benefit from reading these books, and they are available at dorakurimay.com. So it's www.dorakurimay.com. And they are also available on Amazon as well.
Oh my goodness. Yay. Exciting, exciting. And as an athlete, I know you're so proud of what you've done. Could you share with us with that a little bit?
Yeah, so as an athlete, I'm proud of my table tennis achievements, especially winning a European table tennis champion in teams. But I'm also proud of having played for the Hungarian national teams for 6 years. And I was also ranked top 10 in Europe and in the US as well.
Amazing, amazing accolade. All right. And you're also the chair of the USA Table Tennis Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee as well. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about that mission?
Yeah, so um, our mission is to create a welcoming and encouraging environment for all table tennis players. And we aim to build an inclusive culture within the USA table tennis, which benefits from the differences among its constituents. And these differences include, but are not limited to, race, gender, ethnicity, national origin, LGBTQ plus, age, religion, language, and physical and cognitive abilities. And through education and action, we are committed to promoting diversity, inclusion, and equity to ensure all voices are heard.
Awesome. Well, it's
Mhm.
exciting that you do this. And really, in general, what is your overall mission? I mean, you're helping so many people.
Yeah, so it's a great question. My mission is to help youth athletes, coaches, entrepreneurs, and professionals to break through their mental barriers and to learn to manage their stress, anxiety, and to maximize their performance. As part of my mission, I provide my clients mental tools to help them deal with both the everyday pressures of school, work, and family, as well as the more specific performance pressures found in athletics.
Got it. Well, it's exciting to have you here always. And now, your business in general, could you share a little bit about your incorporation and what you do and how you really help your clients?
Yeah. So my business, Dora Kurimay Incorporation, is a New York-based company that offers in-person and online mental coaching services in the US and all over the world. And I work with athletes, professionals, teams, and individuals who seek fulfillment and well-being, their mind, body, and spirit. And as a performance coach, I've successfully worked with my clients, athletes across a variety of sports, from amateurs to Olympians. And some of the most common issues that came up were the following: how to accomplish goals, how to increase confidence, how to get out of a slump, how to handle pressure, mistakes, emotions, concentration gaps, but above all, how to achieve optimal performance. And I've also worked with professionals to help them to handle stress, create their goals, find their best selves, and be aware of their life stressors. And I provide literature and resources and offer link to those sources toward individualized help. And my goal is to point out areas that to focus on change where life balance is lacking, and tools for maximizing their performance. And my objective when I work with my clients is to leverage their strengths, uncover their obstacles and stressors, and target the areas that they are the most interested in addressing to help them reach their goals more effectively.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. High performance coaching, not everybody may really know specifically what it is and how it works. Could you talk a little more specifically? And I know today you're going to talk about why people should really contact you to work with you.
Yeah, so high performance coaching is about helping individuals perform at their highest level, whether it's in their career or daily life. And a high performance coach helps clients unlock their fullest potential in what they are doing right now and what they want to achieve in the future. And performance coaching is an targeted um, interactive process designed to facilitate concrete changes in performance and successfully achieve a goal. And I help clients to fulfill their potential, reach their personal goals quickly. And it's more about asking the right questions than also providing just only providing the answers.
Oh, great. And we love what you do here as a high performance coach. We want to know a little more about the benefits and how that helps people.
Yeah, so there are so many benefits. Whoever wants to do mental performance coaching, high performance coaching, to work on these skills. So the benefits are the following: building awareness about behavior, thoughts, and emotions, because they are all connected. Fostering responsibility, feeling more empowered, gaining confidence, being more productive and effective, finding new opportunities, increasing enjoyment, improving relationships, and enhance general mindset and well-being.
Awesome. And also, what did you say the high performance techniques do you use are? Could you share a little bit about that?
Uh, yes, so absolutely. So goal setting is very important, as one of the most important tools, and also building rituals and coping skills. Mindfulness techniques are also very important, and mental toughness and self-talk, imagery, visualization, and self-reflection. And actually, I've written a couple of articles about these tools, so it's also available on my website as well to read more about this on the blog section.
Awesome. And also, let me ask you, you talk a little bit about, well, self-reflection, which is one of the important ones, right? Imagery, visualization, self-talk, mindfulness, mental toughness. Could you give us some examples maybe of your personal experience and how you applied it to psychology and sports psychology in a sense?
Yeah, so when I work with athletes, I use my personal experience as well, and also my background in psychology and sports psychology, and I can relate to in general athletes experiences because I know how they feel and what's happening with them, and and I know how it feels when they have to handle anxiety, because because when I was a competitive athlete, I went through similar experiences. And working with athletes, I can share the techniques that I was able to leverage to perform successfully in high pressure situations. And some key techniques are rituals between points, breathing, self-talk, and visualization. You have to breathe and slow down in crucial moments, regardless of what sport you are playing. And also you must also be aware of your mental patterns and make sure that they help you rather than diminish your performance. And one of my favorite techniques is visualization. And it's a great tool to use to boost your confidence by visualizing how you perform your best, and as a way to rehearse in your mind your tactics against your opponents. And however, what have worked for me as an elite athlete does not necessarily fit everyone. So I draw not only on my experience as a player, but on the evidence-based findings from sports psychology in order to create an individualized plan for each athlete that I will work that will work for them, basically.
Great. Would you mind giving us an example of how you use visualization and or imagery specifically?
Yeah, so the day before or even right before an important event, a performer can imagine him or herself performing at the competition or the event, or the important event. And I find guided visualizations are most effective for my clients. And these are created by asking questions before a visualization is created in order for a performer to recall their best performance. And we break down the most important elements that they mentioned in their scripts. A good visualization script includes vivid images about the performance environment. It includes even temperature, light, space, air, etc. So, and feelings, thoughts, body movements, and body language. And the more vivid this experience and the more a person can imagine themselves in the situation, the better the outcomes are. And directed imagining of an important performance beforehand allows a performer to feel more confident by enacting mind, body, emotions, rehearsal in a controlled environment. And it's preparing for them for success. And the more and the more one images oneself in a situation, the less stressful a person will feel, and more comfortable someone will be, because they are already practiced it many times.
Now, do you have any specific memories about why you really like this technique so much?
Yeah, so I talked about this in my latest book, My Stories of Mental Toughness on and Off the Table. One of the chapters is about that. And I used this technique when I made the Hungarian table tennis national team the first time. I knew the day before who I had to play in the quarterfinal, and that it was going to be the deciding factor in the national team selection. And I was very nervous, but I visualized my match against my opponent, my strokes, my serves, the tactics, the feelings of confidence and being loose in my body. And I was able to execute what I had visualized and perform at my best. And luckily, that enabled enabled me to win the match too. And 6 years of work were on the line in that moment. So I was not only ecstatic that I made the team, but was forever sold on the effectiveness of visualization techniques.
Wow, this is amazing work you do. And let me just ask you, for those listening out there, just to remind us of the website and form of contact.
So my website is www.dorakurimay.com. And my email address is dora@dorakurimay.com. And my phone number is 347-849-1563.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me also remind everyone, if they want to reach out to you, you offer initial consultation to start. Someone could call you, ask any questions. That's okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Good.
So anyone who would like to just also ask questions, I'm available. They can do that.
Great. And let's talk about you working with professionals. And for an example, how do you work with them?
So many of the professionals I work with come to me overwhelmed by stress of their jobs, or are trying to either reach new heights of performance or maintain more consistency in their performance over time at work. And I help them to set up personalized goals depending on their background, personality, and work environment.
Awesome. And also let's talk about, some examples, if you don't mind sharing. How could you work with me, for example?
So it depends what you would like to work on. And the first step is to define an obtainable specific goal. And so we would spend some time going through past instance of both failure and success, and then discuss what your hopes and dreams are. For example, you might want to work on to being more patient, feeling less stressed out at work, and having a better work-life balance. So the first step is to identify what situations do you feel more stressed out. For instance, many clients feel most stressed when giving public presentations. I would help them to reframe public speaking situations, perhaps by looking at them in a different way, and would suggest some techniques for managing the anxiety produced during them. And whoever I work with, I'm using the technique of self-talk, breathing exercises, or visualization. And managing stress or anxiety can be thought of like muscles, and you want to train them. The more you train them, the more you can cope with stress. And let me be a bit more specific here.
Sure.
When you're feeling when you're feeling stressed out or impatient, I would help you identify what sorts of thoughts run through your mind in those moments. Once those are delineated, then whenever you feel impatient or stressed out, you can pause, take a couple of breaths to train your brain to think more clearly, so you can respond rationally instead of just reacting.
A lot of us do that, right?
Yes, everyone does that. So this can be improved. I always highlight the most important thing is self-awareness, and everyone can improve their coping skills. And I also ask questions that what other ways you can handle stressful situations? Could you create a list about what you can control and what is out of your control? Because many times people are focusing things that are out of your control. And it's very important to focus on more things that you can control. And also, are your choices and actions helping you to reach your goals? And what about your process is effective and should be kept? And what do you need to stop doing? Actually, it's also a very important question for
All right. What
everyone.
about reframing situations? Could you give us some examples of that?
Oh, absolutely. So reflection after a poor performance, or even after a trauma or a disappointment, is key. Oftentimes, our most important life lessons come from difficult experiences, and they can be incredibly useful for preparing us for future success, despite the fact that in the moment it hurts, right? So, for example, after a relationship breakup, you could think about the opportunities to meet new people, the things you learned about yourself, and how your relationships work or don't. And what about the person or experience you are grateful for? And reframing short versus long-term thinking can be useful. The person might have been fun in the moment or in that period in your life, but was not the best person to be with in the long run. So it's all about the perspective and reflection. Yes. And also there is another example. If anyone is, and I know it's very difficult, but it happens, losing a job also, it can be reframed in a way that it might open doors to find a better job or go for something that the person always wanted to go after.
Yes, don't we all? But that's a good thing. And give us an example about when maybe reframing has helped you personally, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so um, in in the past, when I didn't get a job, it helped me to reframe the situation, revealed what skills I needed to develop and improve to attain success in the future. And the failure also opened up a new path for me and made me appreciate, after spending a lot of time reflecting, what about my background, skills, and experiences were unique. And that time spent reflecting ultimately gave me the drive and perspective to follow my own path and passions and not someone else's perspectives and job description.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, Dora, it's a pleasure to have you here to talk to you because you're just so diverse, well-rounded. You have a great energy about you and personality, and I'm sure that helps. That's why I know a lot of top athletes and regular people go to you because there's just something about you, and you really can work with someone and give them that extra boost that they need because we all need something. Let's be honest, right? Not all of us are perfect. Do you even get coached at this point? Do coaches need coaches?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, everyone needs
Right?
coaching. You can always be better, and I always say perfect is imperfect.
Yep.
You can you can always be better, and always good to have a perspective. And also, my life philosophy is learning is a never-ending process. So you can always learn new things.
Oh my
So yes.
gosh. Wow.
Uh,
Well, let's talk about some of the workshops you're doing with everyone and companies in
yes.
particular.
So I offer keynote speaking engagement for teams on different topics such as motivation, stress management, mental toughness, mental fitness, mindset, individual differences, winning attitude, goal setting, pre-performance rituals, and high performance rituals. And I've given workshops for companies like ExxonMobil, UPS Europe, for organizations like the Hungarian table tennis national team and the International Table Tennis Federation, and many different sports clubs, high schools, and colleges as well.
Got it. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
awesome. Exciting to have you. And also, let's talk about advice for those out there, everyone listening or watching here today.
Yeah, so it's a great way, I think, and this podcast. So laugh often, practice self-reflection, and try to surround yourself with positive people who bring out the best from you, and do the same for other people. Practicing positivity is good for you and for others. It will help you believe in yourself, create energy, giving emotions, optimism, and it will help you to feel more in control over your life and work. And laughter remains one of the best forms of therapy, but you have to create opportunities for it to be part of your life.
Yeah, it's so true. And let's also remind everyone how we can reach out to you, please. Thank you.
Yeah, so everyone can visit my website, which is www.dorakurimay.com. And my email address is dora at DoraKurimay.com. And my phone number is 347-849-1563.
Perfect. And social media, where do we find you?
And social media, I have an Instagram account, which is my name, DoraKurimay. And also social media, I also have a LinkedIn profile. Everyone can find DoraKurimay on LinkedIn as well. And I also have a Facebook page as well, which is Coach Dora Kurimay.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us. Always another amazing show. I'm so glad that we've been together for so long and continue to work together. Thank you for helping everyone today. And I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the day, Dora. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.